Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, Fun with Maths. For today, here's another problem. M square root of m plus n square root of n is equal to 183. N square root of m plus m square root of n is equal to 182. Find the value of m plus n. So here's the solution. For this problem, let's start with letting x be equal to square root of m and y be equal to square root of n. So let's replace. This is now mx. Instead of writing square root of m, replace it with x plus n y equals 183. Another, we have nx plus my equals 182. Another, we can also let x squared be equal to m, and then y squared be equal to n. So to write, we're following this. This is now x squared x plus y squared y equals 183. Another, nx, that is y squared x plus my, that is x squared y equals 182. And then we can add the power x squared x, that is x cubed, plus y squared y, that is y cubed, equals 183. Another is, here y squared x plus x squared y, let's just copy. So y squared x plus x squared y equals 182. Now, for this, x cubed plus y cubed equals 183. Let's follow the rule of identity. We have x plus y whole to the power of 3, which is also equal to x cubed plus y cubed plus 3x y squared plus 3x squared y. And then for this part, the common is 3. So we can factor this. So x plus y whole to the power of 3 equals x cubed plus y cubed plus, the common is 3. So 3 times the remaining xy squared plus x squared y. And then for this part, x cubed plus y cubed, we have the value for that, which is equal to 183. So we can use this here. So x plus y whole to the power of 3 equals 183 plus 3 times, or this, xy squared plus x squared y. This is just the same with y squared x plus x squared y. And the value for that is 182. So this is now 3 times 182. So now this is x plus y whole to the power of 3 equals 183 plus 3 times 182. That is equal to 729. And then for 729, let's write it into a power form. So this is now x plus y whole to the power of 3 equals 9 to the power of 3. Now that they have the same power, that means we can write it as x plus y equals 9. And then for this, x plus y equals 9. This is not our final answer because we need to find the value of m plus n. So to get the values of So to get the value of m plus n, let's recall that earlier we let x be equal to square root of m and y be equal to square root of n. So in replace x, let's replace it with square root of m plus, as well as y, replace it with square root of n, then equals 9. So now we have square root of m plus square root of n is equal to 9. Now to continue, let's go back with our given equations. For these two equations, we need to add. So this is now m square root of m plus n square root of n plus n square root of m plus m square root of n equals 183 plus 182, that is 365. Now let's arrange this. So m square root of m followed by plus n square root of m and then plus n square root of n plus m square root of n equals 365. Next is let's factor with their common. So for this, the common is square root of m. So square root of m times m square root of m divided by square root of m. This is cancelled. We're left with m. Here, n square root of m divided by square root of m. This is cancelled. We're left with n. So plus n, then plus n square root of n plus m square root of n. The common is square root of n. So square root of n times n square root of n divided by the common. This is cancelled and we're left with n. Here, m square root of n divided by our common. This is cancelled. We're left with m. So plus m equals 365. So for this, n plus m, we can interchange since both are positive. So we can write it as m plus n. So now as you observe, we have a common, which is m plus n. So let's take it out, m plus n, then times the remaining square root of m plus square root of n equals 365. Now we have m plus n times square root of m plus square root of n. Earlier, we have the value for this, square root of m plus square root of n, which is equal to 9. So let's substitute here. So this is now m plus n times 9 equals 365. Next is we can divide both sides by 9. So we can cancel 9 over 9. So this is now cancelled. And we're left with m plus n equals 365 over 9. We cannot reduce it. So that is our final answer. 365 over 9. Again, our final answer is m plus n is equal to 365 over 9. Therefore, m square root of m plus n square root of n is equal to 183. N square root of m plus m square root of n is equal to 182. The value of m plus n is equal to 365 over 9. And that's all for today. For more exciting videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to Fun with Maths.